Hi. Hey everyone, Husno Cabin here. Hussanator. Town Brian Zane.
Hey everybody, Brian Zane here. Hope you're having a
swell
Mother's Day weekend.
Hope you're having a swell Mother's Day weekend.
Time for my review of the Backlash PLE, which took.
It is time for my review of the WWE Backlash 2025, which
took place this past
weekend here in St. Louis, Missouri, USA.
In St. Louis, Missouri, and I apologize for the
lack of energy in
WrestleMania review.
My WrestleMania review. Yeah. That's what he said.
A few weeks ago.
I do admit
that was taken early.
I do admit that was taken,
in the day before getting ready to go, but I just want
early in the day before getting ready to go. So
to get the thoughts out
there.
Had a busy week ahead of me, and
I had a busy weekend ahead of me.
I didn't have time to get prepared for it, but I will say that really want to bring more of the energy with this review. Too bad that the show couldn't match the energy.
Could match the energy. Yeah.
That I had thinking about WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Going into it because this is definitely a step back. It feels like right now they're in a big transitionary period.
A big transitionary period.
As we're going into this, we're coming out of this controversial WrestleMania with the finish. Not a lot of people like. I was one of those folks, and so we're seeing how they're going to right the ship and how they're going to tell that story. Rest of 2025.
Yeah. Now.
And if this early chapter is any indication, we are definitely bigger things to come.
We have to kind of work
to get there. But let's begin with the four-way matchup.
So let's begin with a four-way matchup. First, we gotta kick things off is Jacob Fatu versus Stereo Priest and Drew McIntyre and LA Knight, aka LA Drake and Sean Wicker. For the WWE United States title. See what I tell you. It's one of the greatest matches here at sports entertainment. Yeah. WrestleMania 41 has come and gone. Now is the time to deal with the fallout. The WWE Backlash kicked off the next slate of 20 live events in 2025, headlined by similarly in the last matchup between those icons of pro wrestling, John Cena and Randy Orton. One of the greatest rivalries of all pro wrestling history. The long-standing rivalry with the undisputed WWE champion on the line, as if the match needed any more juice. It took place in Orton's hometown and ended in chaotic fashion. For the matches contested, including Becky Lynch challenging for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. against Laura Fakura. So, John Cena did attack R-Truth at the press conference. Just when it looks like Cena may be nice, he goes back to his heel ways. After his clickbait press conference at WrestleMania 21, Cena said he needs to be better with media, said he would actually answer all the questions asked. But just as the first question was asked, R-Truth emerged to tell Cena he was proud that he won after his interference in the match. R-Truth mentioned that Cena can't wrestle remarks, and the champion said he took it too far and say no what R-Truth did. Further result and attitude adjustment through the table. Cena walked out of the press conference. As I was saying.
The U.S. Championship as Jacob Fatu defends against LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. This does feel like you are kind of merging two storylines, two separate angles you had from WrestleMania together into this one to kind of artificial McIntyre. This does feel like you are just kind of merging two storylines, two separate angles you had from WrestleMania.
Yeah. Two separate angles you had for WrestleMania together to this one.
Artificially extend both of them. I like this matchup in theory. It's got a lot of great power wrestlers. I love. I talked about Jacob Fatu. Awesome he is. Drew McIntyre is
doing Priest has been holding it down this couple of years. He's doing great.
Great reactions and everything.
Gets great reactions and everything. He's still
so this matchup,
popular.
It feels in a way kind of a toss-up. Where they're going to go with this one. It feels like it could go any direction. But it definitely has a lot of those heavyweight collision moments I'd like to see. Priest is crazy. Fatu almost spikes himself. That was one of the scariest things I saw in the matchup here. But Drew hits a bunch of neck breakers in a row at one point. Fatu giving Priest the Samoan drop on the edge of the barricade. That looked pretty
the Samoan drop.
Pow! Drew's hung upside down in the corner. He's able to sit up. Drew hits a bunch of neck breakers in a row at one point. Fatu giving Priest the Samoan drop on the edge of the barricade. That looked pretty snug.
Yeah, he gives Damian Priest the Samoan drop on the edge of the barricade.
Drew's hung upside down in the corner. Able to sit up and suplex
Fatu to the middle of the ring. A dart to the outside for there.
Everyone getting their shit in. And before long, you got Drew and Damian
Sharon Polo
on the outside in the tech area destruction
destruction place set.
You got the South of Heaven choke slam off of one crate through some tables and
the crates through some tables and
those two are out of action. And seriously, how they not marketed tech area set? Yeah, I mean we've seen some kind of like backstage area fighting playsets in the past. As in later years,
recent years, we have seen like the motorcycle, the break apart ambulance, stuff like that. We need
like
tech area tables.
Be jumping off of since they love going that area.
So the result match is Jacob Fatu defeated Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre and LA Knight to retain the WWE United States title. Boy, what a great match. Jacob Fatu is still the WWE United States title. I am going to wrestle him in my dream match in the near future for the next 2 years. Or maybe 3 years now. Next match we get to face off is Laura Fakura versus Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Intercontinental title. Dun 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 bum 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 mama.
Moving on to the Women's Intercontinental Championship match as the inaugural champ Lyra Valkyria defends against her former mentor Becky Lynch. Lynch was the last-minute replacement for Bayley in the Women's Tag Team title match at WrestleMania. She and Lyra beat Liv and Raquel for the belts.
Lyra beat Liv and Raquel for the belts. One night later, Raquel win the belts back. Oh, sad.
Turns heel and attacks Lyra.
Turns heel and attacks Lyra.
Has this very much entitled personality.
Entitled personality.
Or, she feels it's very reminiscent of.
Here's again is very
big time. And then Becky Lynch turns heel and attacks Lyra. It has this very much entitled personality where she feels it's very reminiscent of the big.
Very reminiscent.
Time Beck stuff. The last time she turned heel. Here's what sucks, and here's an unfortunate truth about this thing is that Becky Lynch is a terrific heel.
It's a terrific heel. I think that's some of her strongest
work. When she plays a baddie. The problem is so good at it.
She's so likable as the heel somehow. So boo her. It's really hard for the heel presentation to really get over. It seems to be recurring thing kind of seen right now. Trend to WWE. Time running heels and
Becky Lynch right now is kind of like that. I think she's a great heel, but fans historically, whenever
she's a great heel, but fans
he doesn't last very long.
He doesn't last very long because the fans still like her and they stand cheer her.
We do still get a
little bit on this time.
I love how the match starts off.
Then it starts some of the low tactical issues. Nice surfboard. Becky Connor off and trying to get down. Drag it all to Law's fans and we signed for all the heat. I love this nice comeback from what I like the star. Superplex out of the corner. Law hits that nice leg drop. The second rope. Fighting for arm bars. Manhandle slam. Two times in a
which makes her look incredibly strong here.
Incredibly strong here.
Very few people, if anyone, have kicked out of that move. So that's big. The match does get this is awesome.
The match doesn't get
the first kick out, which I'm like, okay. Becky grabs a steel chair. The referee's distracted by that. That allows Becky to be turned, have kicked out of that move. So that's big. The match does get this is awesome chant after the first kick out, which I'm like, okay. Becky grabs a steel chair.
The referee's distracted by that. Becky to a turnbuckle pad. Oh, yeah, another kick out. For the first time in history, I think it's the first time I've ever seen this is in a wrestling match where the referee sees the exposed turnbuckle, stops them from going there, and tries to put the whole pad back on. And my process of this.
Cover and pins Lynch in kind of an out of nowhere feeling upset. Becky with the post belt beat down, split up by officials, but remains. Lyra gets the win here.
And the result matches Love Valkyria defeated Becky Lynch to retain the WWE Women's Intercontinental title. Yeah, what a brutal match that was. Try not to embarrass yourself. Next, we have Dominic Mysterio, the son of Rey Mysterio, versus Penta, aka Pentagon Jr., Pentagon L0M, Penta 0, Penta 0, Roger Bob, Pentagon Dog, Meteor Dog Dragon, / Airchild, Del Chill. You see, he's the former AEW World Trios Champion along with Park and Wade Phoenix is the one half of the Death Triangle. WWE is the 4 AEW World Tag Team Champions along with Wade Phoenix. That's the Lucha Brothers. Yeah. He's the 4 AAA World Tag Team Champions along with the Phoenix. It's the Lucha Brothers again. He is the 4 the Impact World Tag Team Champions along with the Phoenix. It's the Lucha Brothers. The House of Glory Tag Team Champions along with Wade Phoenix and one half of the Lucha Brothers. Yep. One half of the World's Heavyweight Champion is Peter LCM. Yep. He is the 2-time Lucha Underground Champion as the Pentagon Dog. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
4 stars out of 5.
4 stars out of 5.
Goodbye.
Oh, people cry out loud.
Moving on though to the Intercontinental Championship match as Dominic Mysterio defends against Penta. One action. I liked Dom's gear. I always like the tributes he puts into his gear. This one is from Psychosis, and
this one is from Psychosis.
I love Michael Cole commentary.
Mexico. Oh, I remember from these guys. Dom brings the heat. Diving for the ropes. With the DT and Dom mocking Penta. He gets cheered a lot for the heel. Like Penta onto Dom. Don't shout to its knees. Destroyer gets Canadian Destroyer by Penta. Judgment Day. On the apron.
Finn taking forever.
Jacob Giant and Finn Balor on the outside.
Trying to grab a chair. The referee catches him and he's ejecting the group. Penta diving onto all of them. Balor still on the apron. Grande Americano shows up and headbutts Penta with the loaded mask. Dominic with the frog splash.
Or should I say Chad Gable and Shorty G. Wins and retains the Intercontinental title. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, moving on to the next match. Next we got Gunter versus Pat and V.
It was sweet then. Up next, Gunther takes on Pat McAfee, and when this angle began after WrestleMania, I got a little miffed about this. I think it's quite a fall from grace when the world champion is down and the first angle after that is against the color commentator. How many people you saw with Jerry Lawler
Jerry Lawler was after losing
a big championship angle. Like, how is it working for them when they're on that point in their path? So, that being said, Pat McAfee, he can be a good worker when the lights are on bright, and he's capable of good stuff. I mean, he blew me away when he first wrestled Adam Cole. So, I guess I'll just have
first wrestled Adam Cole.
To reserve my judgment until after the match is over. I did like commentary.
I'm not for the first time in my career. I'm not going to be personal. I'm not going to be based. Hey, I've forgotten here, Michael Cole. Are we just trying to erase their pleasure onto the rug? I'm still a mirror. Condescending hat,
eats it, but he is able to recover. I like seeing Gunther egging Pat on with the chops. He's like, come on. He's even getting red marks on his chest.
He's like, come on, Gunter. Come on. He'd be like, come on.
From Pat's chops. So I gotta give it to McAfee for bringing in the heat with those. But
give it to Pat McAfee, so...
Unchopped.
Unchopped.
McAfee predictably So
WWE
Gunther just
toying with Pat.
as Cole just shouts and claps from ringside and everything, shouting. Gunther and Cole shouting at each other. Gunther with some German suplexes. It's time
Go do some German suplexes.
even more shouting from the Cole line. Pat is able to avoid certain doom off the top rope against a couple of those NFL strength punt kicks to try and get a bit of a hope spot, but Gunther is still too strong here. Gunther stops him and hits the power bomb, locks in the Austrian crab as Michael
Boston Crab? Yeah.
Cole gets up from the desk, which gets this huge pop as he's cheering on McAfee. Gunther grabbing Cole and getting him in the ring, teasing a power bomb. Imagine if he pulled that off, but Pat makes the save. Then they try to replicate
Warrior Road at WrestleMania.
For a second they were going to do it too, because Cole trips up. Gunther pulled the leg down.
Gunther laid down, not quite enough. Gunther straight up to kick out. Unlimited locks in the sleeper.
Boy, fights.
For
someone who's not a wrestler, you think Ilya
Dragunov. He's not really a wrestler. You freaking Dragunov.
Came and inhabited the body.
The body.
Of McAfee in that moment as he's fighting it. But no, ultimately McAfee goes down and the referee calls it. Gunther
wins by submission.
Tip of the cap. We'll show respect.
Show respect to McAfee. Yep. Gunther wins. Yep. That was a historical match. So, what could you forget? You should put a submission on to. Wow. Ooh. So the final match of the main event of the night is John Cena versus Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship.
He was. Time now for the main event. Undisputed WWE Championship. We are just going to crack open that bottle of wine one more time. Versus Randy Orton, the classic.
It's John Cena versus Randy Orton. The classic rivalry. Two good matches.
In all seriousness, though, I think it was the guys heavily bust out this rivalry one last time.
John Cena return tour.
St. Louis, in his hometown and whatnot. And it is really rare to see the roles reversed that way. The good guy going to be the good guy. I do think, as I mentioned in my WrestleMania review, reversed that way for Orton to be the good guy going into it unequivocally. I do think, as I mentioned in my WrestleMania review.
His WrestleMania review, yeah, that's what Wayne-Sing said.
I do think that the heel turn for John Cena, especially
on the Rock's comment. Feelings hollow,
especially now that The Rock was never supposed to be involved
in WrestleMania, despite him being
all
the promotion.
Everywhere
Sports being sold everywhere. The areas, and why not? No, I was never gonna be there.
To assume that he would. Why would you ever think that, even though he got involved in the biggest storyline going on in the company? It's a silly if you think that. But I mean, if that was the knowledge going into it, that The Rock would not be there to further that story. He shouldn't have gotten involved.
He could have. John Cena heel turn.
That makes sense. Elimination
Chamber.
At WrestleMania, during your after match or something. But yeah, they just really held it. And without The Rock being there, since that was the impetus real.
It's heel turn. It's like, well, why is he doing it then?
is it worth it to have done that? Because they could have stuck to their gun.
Done that, because they, they could have stuck to their guns and turn heel.
I think them doing it now, especially when it feels like we're starting to learn this is not our plan, and we're just kind of like throwing stuff at the wall. That makes it a little more disheartening because I think if you're gonna do that,
You gotta like make John Cena heel.
going into it about where it's gonna go. And yeah, Mania was not a good first chapter. I don't like the idea that you're supposed to get
You're supposed to get trolled. You're supposed to walk away from like the biggest, most expensive pay-per-view.
feeling
Pissed off. Don't say a word of wrestling.
I
don't know.
winning long
Great strategy. You John Cena fans are complete garbage. If you are a big fan of John Cena and his greatest movies, I'm terribly sorry. I'm sorry. You're an idiot and a moron. No, a loser and a fraud. Just get off my channel. Just get the hell out of my channel, will ya? Seriously, the greatest rivalry between John Cena and Randy Orton is kind of like the pro wrestling version of Naruto and Sasuke from the shonen anime Naruto. But we will see kill the town of St. Louis. It's way out of here.
I did love the high package for these guys showing the parallel careers. They pop for the hometown boy,
Randy. He shows his career stats and graphic. Quick question: does Cody Rhodes feel weird like sponsoring this match? Sponsoring this match here, WWE Backlash 2025 here in St. Louis, Missouri, USA. Yeah.
Vodka is like his brand. If not, so it's like, man, he's technically like lining the pockets.
The pockets. Screwed him out of the championship.
Early on, they trained eye pokes,
Careful, somebody's nose that way. Put up headlocks, the spirit showing.
To my ears to see you can't wrestle, champ. Like,
you can't wrestle the champ. You can't see me.
It's supposed to be some kind of throwback.
Some kind of throwback? I don't know.
They trade corner punches. They trade sleeper attacks. Cena hits the you can't see me arrogantly. Orton fights his way to a creeping DDT. Cena are trading finisher attempts. Orton counters the AA into the RKO. Orton commentary connected with their moves. I don't think that's how it usually works, but we get some gay moves, some attitude adjustment, and a kick out. Goes for his moves.
He's going for the RKO, John Cena.
Mar hits his KO out of nowhere. Orton goes for the punt. He misses. We get another AA. Orton kicks out. We get a referee bomb. And now we get another attitude adjustment. Cena has evil intentions. Cena grabs the belt. He walks into another RKO.
Another RKO.
Randy has now cleared off the announce table. Checked into the ring post. He's out again. We then get two AAs through the tables. Which has a delayed reaction, which is hilarious. Then another through a regular table. We get yet another RKO. New referee, another kick out. Cena dinks that ref by mistake with the belt. Another RKO again. Trainers, officials, EMTs down. Check on those poor referees. Orton argues with Nick Aldis. Is it RKO to Aldis? RKO's to everybody. To Helms, to Daivari, to Jamie, by God, Noble Boy. Even R-Truth comes out to stop Orton from those poor referees. Orton argues with Nick Aldis. It's an RKO to Aldis. RKO's to everybody. To Helms, to Daivari, to Jamie, by God, Noble
RKO to Daivari, to Gregory Helms, to Daivari.
Boy, even R-Truth.
Yeah, and then
EMTs down to check on those poor referees. Orton accused of all this. It's an RKO to all this. RKOs to everybody. To Helms, to Davari, to Jamie, by God, Noble Boy. Even R-Truth comes out to stop Orton from punching his childhood hero. What is happening?
His child hero is a
Yes.
R-Truth the RKO.
Save him. Get a low blow. A belt shot. The cover.
The win.
John Cena.
1, 2, 3. He's out of there. John Cena retains
Cena saying he
the
needs
undisputed WWE title.
competition. He sure as hell doesn't need to use St. Louis.
St.
Bring it in
Louis.
because it's a
Yeah.
John Cena retains.
John
Cena
Cena
saying he
retains.
needs competition.
He needs competition. He sure as hell doesn't need you, St. Louis. Drink it because this is what the last real champion looks like. Those credits roll. Oh my god. What a greatest match. Well, wanna competitive match that was. John Cena defeated Randy Orton and gives the Randy Orton attitude adjustment. 1, 2, 3. John Cena wins, and he's still the undisputed WWE champion. Well, that's gonna be it this time, guys. I'm gonna end the video right here, so be sure to draw a like, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell to get notifications of my release videos. I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you outside. Stay gold. Bang. Peace out, Reese. Husanator. I'll see you soon.